Hey, it's Coach Edwards here from LacrosseGoalieTips.com and LacrosseGoalieUniversity.com. Got a great lacrosse goalie question right now. This one comes from Taylor. And Taylor says, I'm a freshman goalie on our women's high school team. I want to know if you can help me speed up my reaction time. It seems like I'm a split second too late at times. Am I not picking up the ball soon enough? Please help. Okay, Taylor, great question. So, if you've been reading my blog long enough, you know a couple things. One is there's 3 keys to making any save. Ready? 1 is you got to see it. 2, you got to know where it's going. And 3, you got to move to it. You got to see it, you got to know where it's going, you got to move to it. That's it. So what happens though, when the shot comes to the goal, so here's the goal, right? And here's the shot. And there's the ball traveling. This is time. You have a certain amount of time, depending on the speed of the shot and how far away it is from the goal, to do all these 3 things. So if the ball's traveling and you can't see it until it's halfway to you, now you have this much time to all of a sudden know where it's going and then move to it. If you never see it, you don't have a chance. So in terms of reaction time, okay, the moving to the ball time. So reaction time is that, what most people think of as like, oh, I'm not moving soon enough. Well, you can't move soon enough until you have deciphered this, all right? So 1, you got to see it. If you can see it, now your brain has to go, okay, it's like a computer, like a cyborg, zoning in on the ball and going, okay, target acquired, ball going, stick side hip, and then the signal goes to the brain. The brain tells the body, okay, move, move, stick side hip, compute, right? And then boom, you go. So the number one thing I find in a pressure situation that hurts your reaction time is thinking too much, okay? And this is a time when, in practice, when you're getting shot on in warm-up, okay? When you're getting shot on by your coach or your best buddy, your favorite player, what you're doing here is you're doing the see and the know in a stress-free environment, okay? Basically, you're telling the shooter, okay, I want 10 shots off stick high right here, all right? And so what your brain can relax, all right, because it knows where the ball's going. Your eyes are watching the stick, the shoulder movement, the whole thing. And now the ball comes out and you move and you make the save and you throw it back, all right? And then you do it again. And hopefully your shooter's accurate enough where they're going in this general vicinity. Then you work all the way around your body. What you're doing there is you're wiring in the see and the know, okay? The see and the know. Then when you move to it, you're now in a low stress environment wiring yourself just like you wire a computer. You hit the F key on the keyboard, an F comes up on the screen. The problem for most lacrosse goalies, especially if they're young or nervous, is you hit the F key on the keyboard and you get something else on the screen. That's not what we're trying to do here, all right? But you can only do it in a stress-free environment. So in practice, in warm-up, in drills, you can spend time thinking about this, okay? But when it comes to game day or tryouts or whatever, whenever you have an opportunity, you've got to perform and perform at a high level, the goal is this. This is the trick, and not a lot of people talk about this, is you got to shut this down, all right? Your brain, you've got to think like every ball coming at you is a fiery ball of lava, or it's $100 bill, and and every ball that's coming at you, it's $100 bill, and you've got to, what that's going to do is trick yourself to basically ramp yourself up mentally, emotionally, physically, so when that ball's coming at you, you're like, yeah, you pull out like all the ninja tricks, ones that you never even thought you had, okay? Every athlete I talk to, okay, who's done any form of athletics for any length of time remembers one thing that they've done where they amazed themselves, where they totally surprised themselves at how their body reacted, okay? And the only way that happens is when the brain shuts down and gets to a relaxed state and the body can just go and just can do what it does naturally, okay? It's the same thing in a fight or flight syndrome, right? You wake up in a burning house and the fire alarm's going off and you wake up in a panic. Your body is pumping adrenaline so that your muscles contract faster and quicker than they ever have before, that your senses are more aware, your eyesight is clear, your sound, your vision, your smell, all of a sudden just goes, it's hyper aroused. It's in a hyper aroused state. That's going to help you perform at a high level, okay? When you feel butterflies, that's a good thing. Your body's getting ready to perform at a level you've never performed before, okay? But that only happens if you shut down the brain. All right, so in practice, you're going to focus on the see, the know, the movement, all that stuff, and it's going to feel like leather, or it's just going to feel like lead. You're just like, oh, okay, right, whatever. Come game time, come time to perform, you get out there, just take a second, take a deep breath, just relax, and just tell yourself, my body knows what to do if I can just shut my brain off. And that's going to happen. So to improve reaction time, we could talk all day about all the tips and tricks on how to dissect every one of these things. To improve the move part, get in the gym. If you are not an overly fit person, anything will make you better, all right? Anything will make you better. I highly recommend for athletes I stay away from CrossFit just because the potential for injury is pretty high with uneducated coaches. I've seen this like day in and day out. I was a strength conditioning coach for a number of years. I've got a pretty serious background in high performance athletics. I would stay away from CrossFit. If you can find anybody who can increase your maximal strength, especially for women, if you get around a bunch of power lifters, a bunch of Olympic lifters, just increasing your squat, your deadlift, things that don't sound very sexy, but will make you very athletic and very lean and very explosive. Those will help this part. So, and start now. Get around, get with the football coach, get with the strength conditioning coach for the football team. Learn how to bench, squat, and do all those things. Get stronger there. Don't worry about like planks and stuff like that. Just go lift, and that will make you more explosive as a goalie and a much better goalie, lacrosse goalie in the cage. Okay, so great question. I hope this helps. If you got any questions, comments, please leave them right below this video. Okay, right below this video, leave the discuss. Get to the discuss comments. Leave me comments. Facebook it, like it, tweet it, you name it. Really appreciate it. So if you got a question, also feel free to email me at coachedwards@lacrossegoalietips.com, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.